get my microphone. I accidentally hit the live button before I was ready, but I gotta get my microphone and all that stuff on. What's up, Wyatt the Pilot and Gusty Oinker? Also gotta get my chat phone charging. I figured I'd get on here a little early before the guest of the trade on Saturday. Haven't been on here on Saturday for a while, and sometimes there's a lot of people from over across the pond that are in bed whenever we do them at nighttime. I gotta get my phone charging though. So vegans in here, White, Gusty Oinker, Details, Woodchuck's in here, A-Town. We love the behind the scenes videos. Hey Joey, yeah, for whatever reason, I'm used to doing the scheduled ones now, and whenever I hit the button to go to the next, I thought it was going to take me to a screen where I hit go live, but I hit it and it was like bringing up the go live. So, what's up, Leonard? So, like I said, I'm normally I had a little bit of time before the guest of the trade, and I know on like Thursday nights, if that's the time where, or sometime during the weeknight, whenever I come out here at nighttime, there's a lot of people like over in the UK and stuff like that. It's really late at night or early in the morning for them. So I'd come out here for a little while today. New cookie reveal later on. Vegans got. Looking forward to it. Oreo's really been banging them out here lately. They're the Klein tools of Oreos, or Klein tools of cookies. Oreo has been. They've been throwing out everything. What's up, Matt Ellis? Isn't a whole lot anything new to talk about since we were just on here Thursday. But like I said, I had a little bit of time. I did want to say that, let me pull up the picture. Do you pay for your Klein tools? One athlete said, yeah. They've sent me very few things. I can't even remember. Anytime they send me something, I say at the very beginning, but I think the only thing that they ever sent me, they did send me the mod box stuff. Like they sent me that, the drawer and the rolling box to try out. So they sent me that, and then there was like one, like the metric flip socket. Whenever it came out, they sent it to me a little early. I'm trying to think of what else. I think there might have been one Connect set, but there was anytime if somebody sends me something at the very beginning of my videos, I say it. But I've bought 95% of my stuff. Waiting for the new MPMX to release. Details said, yeah, I'm going to buy it as soon as it comes out, the MPMX, and I'll go ahead and get it before. I doubt highly it's going to be part of the spring promotion, but even if it is, it ain't the end of the world. I'll get a different one. If I'll get the 1X or something if it's part of the spring promotion. What about the other tool manufacturers? Klein's the only real big name company that's like sent me anything, if you want to say big name, and they've sent me very little. Other than that, it's just been some of the, like Olight has sent me some stuff. Woobin, like some of the light people have a few thermal imaging cameras. But again, I always say that any video you watch of mine at the very beginning, I always say, and I even mark them paid promotion. So they'll say paid promotion, even though they're not paying me. I mark them that way because I think whenever you go to check the box on YouTube when you're uploading a video, it says, did you receive anything of value to make your video? You have to mark it paid promotion, but they're not paying me. Like I'm not actually being paid to promote their item. They just sent it to me, but since I got it for free, I go ahead and check that box. But I always say at the beginning of my video, so any video I make, if it says it, that's what sent it to me. I'm worried that the new MP3X will be too big and heavy. Yeah, I'm not planning on getting a 3X, I don't think, because the 2X to me is pretty big. Like, it's already about as big as I would possibly want. Other than that, I'd just go up to the TP3B or something like that if I was going to do that. So, Matt's in the coffee line. Did you see you were on the tool show? Matt said, yeah. Matt Ellis said. Matt Els. Milwaukee coming out with a mini toolbox for the kids, question mark. I haven't seen it, if they have. Now, they do have some nice pack out stuff I saw. If you go to like the Milwaukee website and look up some of their new stuff that's coming out, they've got, which Matt H&M actually sent me these. They've got Milwaukee's coming out with a kneeling pad. So one of the things that's like, like this Cobalt one I use out here, like something like this. And then they've also got one coming out that's got a pack out bottom on the bottom of it, so you can snap it into your pack out stuff. So they got one without the pack out, and they got one with it that's coming out. And then let me turn my dehumidifier off. And then they've also got, you've probably seen them. I think maybe DeWalt's got them already. I don't know if it's part of their tough system or if it's just something that DeWalt makes. But so pack out's gonna have. Let me just get an empty one real fast if I can find one. Kind of give you an idea. One that's not gonna be heavy for me to hold up. So pack out's gonna have a thing that you like. It stands up like this, and then it's got the little plastic dividers that fold out, and then you can change them to a double or a single. I saw that coming out. That'd probably be pretty handy. So like you can lay them flat like this or tilt it up like this, maybe put it on one of the wall mount things, and then like it folds out, like the little plastic things fold out, and you can put screws and whatever else in it. I did see that. That looked pretty neat. I saw something else on the Milwaukee thing that was new that was coming out that I thought was pretty neat too, but I can't remember what it was. I remember the kneeling pad, that pack out thing, but there was also something else, but I don't remember what it was. You still using the MB5B? I'm curious, do you like it more or less since your video you made on it? I'm looking to see what new bigger bag I want to get next. I got the MCT Blackout and love it. So I ended up selling my MB5B to somebody locally that was wanting one. There for a period of time, it was sold out everywhere, or it was sold out. Like you had to, it's available now. You can get on there and even get I think they got a blackout version of it now. And he was wanting one, couldn't get a hold of one, so I told him, well, I'm not using mine right now. I'll sell it, and then if I decide I want to get one later, I'll just buy it again. I'll just give it to you, or I sold it to him. So I don't have it. I never did get into using it. I couldn't really, to me, coming out of the MCT Blackout, I couldn't fit enough of my tools to use it as a one bag. Like to me, it would almost have to be a go bag that you're taking up on roofs and you want to use backpacks, or if you just want a backpack for your go bag, it doesn't hold near the tools of what my MCT Blackout did. So I couldn't figure out a way to get all the tools I wanted to have in there very well. But again, that doesn't mean that it's not a good bag and wouldn't be a perfect fit for a whole lot of people, because I could see it was a really nice bag. I couldn't get around to it to where I ended up using it any, and then he needed one, so I sold it to him. And then again, it got so close, so now it's so close to the spring promotion. Even if I decided I wanted to try it again, I probably would wait and buy it and see what else I'm going to get. So, what do you think of the new Milwaukee laser that auto lines? Yeah, that was actually the other thing that I saw. That's pretty nice. It's going to be about $1,200 though, so I don't know if I'd get $1,200 worth of auto alignment out of it. I don't know that I need auto align that much, but that is crazy nice though, that you can just move that thing around and it actually goes to it. The framer on the quadplex that we're doing, he had the Milwaukee, and he had a base plate that it set on, and I didn't even know they had this until I was seeing his. And then he had a remote control along with his line reader, and he could be at his line reader and use his remote control, and that base turned it, but it wasn't auto align. He had to sit there and inch it, or very fractionally change it back and forth and all those things. And I thought that was super nice. I hadn't even seen that before. So he had that, and then now that I saw that, I was like, man, that's even better, that auto alignment is. But yeah, they're coming out with some nice stuff. I just don't really do that big of stuff to where it's very hard for me to get my stuff aligned. Like most of the time I can see the other side of wherever I'm shooting, because I work indoors a lot and stuff like that, that I don't know that I'd get $1,200 worth of use out of it. It is pretty cool though. What's up? Jacques is in here. So now that he's in here, I was going to mention, which I was going to pull up his picture just a second ago. So He's in here. You can see his name there. He sent me a gift, so I wanted to tell him thank you personally. And that's the two things that's in the thumbnail. If you saw the ends on those Kleins right there. So he sent me these. Not going to get much use out of them right now because it's 4 or 5 inches of snow outside. I don't think it's 4 or 5 inches. That's what they said, but I think we got maybe 2 or 3. But so he got me the Klein tools and sent them to me. So I wanted to say thank you to him. Appreciated it. Barbecue tools. If you're interested in them, the part number 98222. Made in the USA with global components. So they'll make their spatula and, fork in the USA. But it's basically this Klein handles on top of some barbecue tools. So I actually didn't have those. I've known several people that had them, but that's pretty nice. So again, appreciate that. You don't have to do it, but I appreciate it. Get back to the chat. What's up? Shane's in here. I have the MB5P and the Tech Pack MC. Prefer the Tech Pack MC, Veto said. That's actually, that's what I was going to say after I got done saying all that about the MB5B. I kind of came to the conclusion after having the MB5B, for me, again, I'm not an HVAC tech or anything like that, climbing up on roofs every day. And I think the MB5B I see that working well for HVAC guys probably. I think I didn't even know that the Tech Pack MC was even a thing. Like, basically, I was wanting a smaller backpack. I don't want a full-blown Tech Pack because I'm going to load it up. It's going to be too heavy. I think during the spring promotion, that's probably what I'm leaning towards, unless Veto comes out with something new. Like, of course, they sometimes come out with something new around that time. I think I might try a Tech Pack MC, and then whatever I get for free with that, and we'll have to see what it is, but... Woodchuck said those Kleins are sweet. Yeah, they are. I had seen them before, but not in person. Like, I don't remember. Maybe I saw them inside of an electrical supply house or something like that, like on a board or something. Like if you bought so much at one time, they would give them to you or something. But it's been snowing here in upstate New York a lot lately. Matt's going back to work. Thank you. And YouTube affiliate, are YouTube videos and or affiliate links lucrative? I made a video on my first year and talked about how much I made in the first year, and it's very little. And like Coolin with Kraus just put out how much he made in his, so you can get an idea if you go watch his. He just put it out. I'd have to go look and see, but it's one of those things where at the very beginning you do a whole lot of work and don't get a dime. You're not gonna make a single thing. All the affiliate stuff. Actually, probably sometimes it just depends. Sometimes it's even more than what you get on YouTube. It just depends on how much people click on your links and go use them. It's a very small amount you get for anything that somebody buys. But, if a lot of people do it, it adds up. But no, compared to the time that I put into filming and editing and making thumbnails and the time, doing all sorts of stuff, I could easily make more money just working. And where I'm at right now, again, that's not to say that somebody else that's got way more subscribers and does sponsorships, like I don't do any kind of sponsorships or anything like that. You see people cut into the middle of a video and say this video is sponsored by so-and-so. Well, so-and-so's paying them X amount of dollars to basically put a commercial in the middle of their video for them. And I don't see anything wrong with that because they're going to put commercials in the middle of it anyways. YouTube will. So, but I don't take any of those on. So I'm not making any of that money or anything like that. So, I think you get like so much per 1,000 views, and that it ranges, depends on what category you're in. And, certain videos, just because you get so much per 1,000 views, it's kind of ranked on every video, certain characteristics. I don't know enough about how all that stuff works. I just make videos and put them up, and however many views they get, that's how many they get, and whatever they make, that's what they make. If you had to start from scratch, what storage system would you use? I think I'd probably still go with Pack Out. I talked about it a little bit in the maybe the live on Thursday. I don't remember if it was then or some other time. And it's only because they've been doing it for so long that enough people are in it. And of course, once somebody's in it, they're not, it's very hard for them to change because they've already spent a lot of money on something. And even me looking from the outside looking in, every truck I see's got it in it. A lot of people are using it. That means that there's enough people already invested in it that they can afford to come out with new stuff and keep building the system and making it bigger. Versus Klein Mod Box, I like it, but I'm worried about the same thing with like the Tough Built when it came out. I really thought that Tough Built stuff looked super nice. But if there's so many people in Pack Out already, they're not going to swap over to Tough Built. They're not going to swap over to Klein. So you're only going to get new people who are just now getting into it. And is there enough of those people going to buy into that to where you're going to say, well, we're making enough money off this. We're going to keep, building things, making new products to fit. And there's just a whole lot more range of different boxes and stuff in Pack Out. The Makita thing looks kind of nice. But again, same kind of principle. Is there enough people out there that hasn't bought into a system yet that's going to get into Makita that's going to make them to keep spending money? That's the question behind it. So I would be leery of going to any of them outside of Milwaukee and maybe even DeWalt. But I don't personally even though DeWalt's been around for a long time, I don't know very many people that have it personally. Again, that's just in my area. That I'd be worried that I'm buying into a system that they're going to phase out because they're not going to be selling enough of it. Whereas Milwaukee's just selling theirs like gangbusters. If you could design a tool to make your life easier, what kind of tool would it be? What jobs could it do to help you with? One thing that I've always wanted to have, and I've tried a bunch of different things to make this happen, and this is really even outside of the physical work aspect, because again, I'll go into a place and do a drawing and do a lot of stuff for customers to get them to make the decision, especially in like commercial suites and stuff like that. I'm a person who I want them to see what it is we're doing on paper before, I always try to make sure expectations are being met no matter what the job is. A small job, big job, doesn't matter. So I like to make sure I've got everything covered, but I always go into places. I measure to exactly where everything is, put it on my drawings, stuff like that. I've always wanted something where it was easy for me to just go into and like, boom, I could get all the measurements. And they've got stuff like this, I think. I've watched enough of them, but I've never wanted to invest in them because I don't know how well they work without actually seeing it. I need to go to a trade show or something like that and see this, but I'd like to be able to go into a room and somehow it maps out everything within that room and then puts it into a drawing type thing, because that would just be such a time saver compared to going somewhere, taking all those notes, getting all those measurements, coming back home, taking those notes and that stuff I drew, putting it into my, either where it's Visio, AutoCAD, whatever it is I'm going to use for that, and doing that. I've never used SketchUp. A lot of people use it. I've never used it just because it's a personal thing where I've always used the other two. So, but yeah, I'd like to have something like that. It's kind of outside of the realm of like the normal work we do, but I've always been looking for something. I've tried buying the Bosch where you shoot measurements and it draws it out for you, even to save that step of it. But I've never felt like any of that stuff works very well. It's just faster for me to draw stuff myself with my hand and put it on paper. Maybe one day. I am thinking about this spring. So right now my garage is a 20 by 20. This is what I'm in right now. So I think I'm going to go on the outside of my garage and basically build a pole barn around my garage so that I'm gonna put scissor trusses over the top of my roof, because I can't do anything to my roof right now the way it is. I can't get up there and do anything to it. It's like metal poles, it's not like a structure roof where I can just go up there and do something. But I think I'm going to put scissor trusses span over top of the roof that I've got right now, and then also extend my garage backwards and gain me a little bit more room. I don't really need that much more room. I'm probably gonna put me an office and stuff in here. But that's going to allow me to, I'm going to put a shingled roof on with some insulation and all that kind of stuff to hopefully get the noise down in here. And then also I'll gain some more room, but I'm also wanting to just put on a shingled roof and then change the color of the building and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then that's going to allow me, if I do it that way, I also won't have to, I can just leave this just like it is. I don't have to, like, I won't be out the time period of I'm going to have to take everything out of here, tear this building down to redo it in a different way. So I'm thinking about doing that this spring. That's a possibility. And if I do, I'll film that kind of stuff. I'll be back in a bit shopping. Jacques said, Milwaukee drill holster on the wall looks good. Yeah, I put that up yesterday. I was tempted to, and I decided not to. Y'all might not, let me get you a little closer maybe. Oh, I got my little shield on to where y'all are blacked out. I was tempted to, because I don't really need this little spot right here. I'm putting a TV remote in there is what I'm putting right now. I started to just cut it off. I can't get the tripod's blocking me from lifting this up right here and just putting it over top of this receptacle. I may still do that, I don't know. But I thought it was pretty decent. That still gives me easy access to them plugs, because sometimes I do need to get to those plugs to unplug stuff and put stuff back in. Let's see, I don't think I had anything else new up here. Nope. So this is kind of what I was talking about. The pack out thing would be similar to this, except for, this stuff just slides out, but maybe you've seen them where the little plastic bins kind of fold out. That's what the new pack out thing is going to be, that I thought looked like it'd be pretty good. And if I don't pay attention to the time, you guys let me know when it gets close to the guess the trade time. Matt S, any experience with the TP XXL blackout? I've been eyeballing it for a quick grab bag for electrical service work. No, I was between that and the MB5B whenever I was trying to decide which one that I wanted to get, and I ended up going with the MB5B because I was looking for a small backpack in case I needed one. Again, I don't need a backpack very often. There's very few times where I felt like I needed it, but I just wanted one in case I needed one. Both the bags I bought last year were pretty much just to get the free bags. And then so I ended up selling my MB5B. I gave him a little bit of a deal on it. So I ended up I got the SBLD for free with that one. So I ended up probably paying like $30 or something like that for my SBLD. And then I bought the TPLD to get the DP3 for free because I was looking for a meter pouch type thing. And then now that I've got my Atlas vest, I never did find myself using the DP3. It was a little bit too big. So I ended up selling that. So that made me end up getting my TPLD. After I took the price off of that, I think I got it for like $50 or something like that. I don't remember what it was. No, because I paid $179 or something. So I probably got my TPLD for like $80, $90, something like that. So that's both the bags I got last year were kind of, I just wanted to try them, get them and see, but I wanted the free product is what I actually was wanting to buy. So that's what I do sometimes on the spring promotion. Sometimes I just get the free thing because I actually wanted the bag that I bought. And then sometimes I buy a bag to get the free item. And if you're ever going to do that, your best bet is to pick something that everybody wants, like, so buy a tech pack or buy a MCT blackout, something that's easy to sell. You won't be able to sell it during the spring promotion. I'll just go ahead and tell you that now because enough people know about it. But if you're able to buy it and hang on to it, so if whatever the free bag is, if that's all you really want and you can't find somebody to go in with you and they want a bag of some kind, you want to split the price, whatever it is, pick out something that is a normal seller. Don't get some weird bag that's just the cheapest one you could buy so that you can get the free product. Even if you got to spend an extra $50, get you a bag that that's going to be easy to sell, and then hold on to it. And then after the spring promotion's over, you put it on Facebook. You might not get the full price for it, but it'll make it to where you get your free thing for like, $30, $40 or something like that. but I don't have any experience with the XXL, but it does look like a good bag. I mean, I've seen a lot of loadouts of it in the Guess the Trade and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Abraham? Keezy said pack out every time. Terry Burton's in here. Casper, as an electrician, I wish Milwaukee would make a wire box like the Klein mod box. Yeah, maybe they will, because like I said, all that stuff is good to me, in my opinion, where another company comes out with something, I think it's, even though it stinks, which now we do have the advantage of at least 3D printing, like if it's something that you really, really want, and you don't know that your brand's going to come out with it, you can maybe get something like that, but anytime some other company comes out with something like that, it just is an option that your other person might end up, whoever you're actually in, might actually come out with that too. There's Rob Holland. I was wondering where you were, buddy. I was actually thinking that this morning. That's the whole reason why I came out here, was to not hear your lovely voice, but to see your lovely chat, I guess. Waffles Works. Anyone here have a Cobalt Mini water pump and pliers wrench set? I saw it on clearance for $4. Any good? Matt HMM says it's not very good, but some people have said it's okay. I mean, for $4, it's probably worth $4. Waffle Works for $4. I'd give it a try. Yeah, that's what he said. Let us know. Woodchuck said 3D mapping scanner. That'd be $50K plus. Yeah, I know. I've seen stuff out there. There are cheaper versions of it, but that's what I'm saying. I can't. There's no way I'm going to buy the $50,000 version. There are versions of it that do it, but there's even somebody actually just sent me, what's it called? They asked me if they could send it to me, but I just, in my mind, I'm like, it's not something I think most of you would want to use. And it's also something that'd be a very hard video to really make. But I think it's called like the Hozo Cube or something like that. It's basically like it's like 4 pieces in one. It's got a distance measure, dual distance measure. So those things are nice. You can use them anyways. It's also got a thing that you put on and you can like roll it on drawings or even a board or whatever, and it gives you a measurement. But then it's also got a where you can use the app, and it's supposed to go around, but it's the same thing as my Bosch. My Bosch was supposed to do the same thing, and I don't like it, so I'm not going to end up getting that, because I don't think it's something most of you would want to see. So I don't just get stuff just to get stuff, because then I don't like making videos for stuff that nobody probably wants to see. Should I buy a wall plate or the pack out stuff, or just build my own? Should I buy a wall plate maybe for the pack out stuff? Is that what you mean? Well, at the Pilot, I have the wall plates. They do work great. Yeah, they're nice. I don't need them up here. I would probably, if I was going in my van or something like that, you know, I do know that, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I don't 100% know, because I don't have them. Like this floor mount plate, you can also put on a wall, and you can snap all the pack out. So like you can put 2 doubles in here or a single of the mini ones. Like this one is basically the same as a half, and you can put the compact ones on here. But the other wall plates that are just wall that they sell for all this stuff, I think that the spacing on, like they've got one that's got 3 holes or something like that. I don't know that you can put a full size, like I think you got to do something with the spacing on all of them. I don't think you can just stick a bunch of them together. I could be wrong with that. I've only watched a few videos on them, because it's not something I've looked into, because I don't feel like I need it. I only bought this one. I purposely bought the drill holster thing just mostly to get this, because I think I'm going to be able to. I haven't looked into it yet, because it's been really cold outside. I ain't been snowing and everything else, but I'm going to try putting this on when you open up my truck drawer. Man, I don't know if I can go out there and see. We'll see. I'll let y'all see the snow that I got too. I don't know that I'll be able to show you, but we'll see. Actually, I can get in my... I'm going to leave y'all turn this way while I put my code in my door. There's how much snow we got. That way you New York people can make fun of me. So I'm wondering if I can't mount this onto that to where I can snap some, because this goes pretty far back in there. I keep my SBLD right here, but I think I can go back in there and put this more towards the back, and then I can put some stuff back there, like maybe my Klein circuit tracer and stuff like that, like snap it into where I'll still have room up here for my tool bag, but it'll just give me some storage back there. So that's my first attempt at using this. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. What's up, Plumbing? In your opinion, what's the best overall Veto bag for the money? If you want the best overall that I've used is the MCT Blackout. As far as if I, like I've said it a bunch, if I could only have one bag, and then, you know, price wise, I think, you know, if you go in to get any smaller bag, is going to be like 140 to 160, 170. And then I think that's like what, 189, maybe 219. I can't remember. I think maybe the regular MCT is like 189. Maybe that's 219 or $200. That's my favorite bag that I've had. The SBLD is pretty good bag for the money, because I think it's like 140 something for a small bag. I feel like the SBLD is, like, for the price wise, I was surprised that it was actually that price. I mean, of course, we all mostly got it for free during the spring promotion, but I was surprised that the normal price was kind of in the TPLC price range, because it's a little bit, it's, you know, quite a bit bigger base and all that. Just purchased a pack out mounting plate for the Ford Supercharger. That was something else I saw on the, they got some kind of a pack out charger, but it might already, no, because I only checked the coming soon. I think they've already got a pack out charger of some kind, but they've got another one or something coming out. That was something else I saw on the Milwaukee page whenever I was scrolling. That's tough, Terry, because they all serve different purposes. Yeah, that's a good point, Plumbing. That's why I was trying to think. It's like, it really just depends on what you, how much space you need. Like, if you wanted one bag and that was the only one that you were going to carry, if that was me, I would buy an MCT Blackout, because it's kind of it's not super big, so that it's not crazy heavy, but it's also, you can fit a ton of tools in it. Like, it holds a whole lot of stuff. Versus it holds, you know, almost twice as much as my smaller bags do, probably. More pack out plumbing boxes. Yeah. Y'all have a good day. Got to get going. Appreciate you being in here, Waffles Works. Just been busy with the Xmas break, Rob said, and the honeydew list last week off, but back to work and watching YouTube again. Matt's still interested in the TP4B Blackout. TP4B is a good bag. Like, it's a very good small bag that's open if you want an open little pouch. That's probably my favorite little open pouch thing that wasn't a bag, in my opinion. You know, it's actually called a tool pouch, but I would call it, you definitely can't wear it as a pouch, but I would call it a very, very small bag. Very compact. That's a great color for your house. Very trendy right now. Yeah, that's why Miss Maintenance is wanting to do something with this building so that I can change the color of the building. So I'm essentially going to, again, I'm just going to set post up on around the outside and put new girders and stuff like that, and then I'll probably wrap the whole thing around the outside, but I'm going to extend it out. I'll probably get rid of this window right here and make that a doorway into a new section of a building. I don't think I'm not going to go crazy big, because I don't necessarily need it, but might as well, if I'm going to go to the trouble of putting a new roof on and doing all that, I might as well make this a little bit bigger. What's up, Mac Bergson? TPG's in here. The pregame is live. LOL. Jersey Discount Tools just announced they're carrying Veto bags. I think I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail yesterday about their something about made in the USA stuff. But I saw a little Veto bag sitting in the corner. Coastal Tool is a great place to buy Veto bags. Buy Veto free bags a couple times a year. Still no rolling Milwaukee drawer box. Now it's supposed to come out this month. That's what they keep saying, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to buy it now. I don't need it now that I've got the single drawer Klein and that little plate. I would be interested just to see if Milwaukee comes out with single drawers or something like that, because I could probably use some more of those. But I definitely probably won't buy the rolling, especially if it's like $249. Because again, now basically as little as I use my rolling box, the only reason why I kept it in there was just to hold some big stuff that I didn't need to get to very often. And now I'm using that Klein box for that, or the Klein drawer box with the plate, and then go into my pack out vacuum. So now if I need a rolling box, I've got my Milwaukee one in here. So if I'm going to take, if I'm going to a job, like if I go do work at a mall or a factory or something like that, I'll just throw that in the back of my truck. Or, you know, I've got that one. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with that one. I may end up selling it or something. I don't know, because I don't see myself because the only reason why I like the Klein one actually better than the Milwaukee one. But if I'm taking stuff in somewhere, it's going to be in Milwaukee pack out boxes, so it's going to make more sense for me to keep the Milwaukee one, because then I'm not even going to I'll probably throw my tool bag or something down in there and then just start stacking my screws or door install stuff or whatever on that to roll it into wherever I'm going. They have a newer M18 6-bay charger for pack out. That might have been maybe I wasn't looking under. At one point, I only searched the coming soon, but there may have been a point where it wasn't just the coming soon. I was looking at some stuff that was already out. Keezy said, is the new Milwaukee rolling drawer toolbox worth getting? I would say if you run a stack and you've got the regular one, I would think if you have a rolling system and you're rolling it around and you've got to unpack it to get to whatever you put in your bottom box, I think it would be a game changer to have a drawer on the bottom and not have to unpack all that. So like if that's what you do every day, I can't imagine that it wouldn't be awesome, you know, to have it. Like I don't do that very often, so it wouldn't be that big a deal to me. Like I said, I was only using my Milwaukee box just basically as a place to snap in my vacuum and my drywall tools in the back, but then also it was just another spot for me to be able to put my bigger nailers, my bigger lights and stuff down in there that I didn't get out every day, just so I had them in my truck. And then that would allow me to have that with me in case I so happen to need a rolling box. I could take it out of the back of my truck, but again, very rarely that I need to roll in somewhere with a big bunch of stuff. Normally I just am a couple boxes at a time. Usually what I go in somebody's house with, it'll be my Veto bag and, you know, my wire nut organizer or electrical box organizer or fasteners. I usually, and then by the time I'm done with using that, I just take that back out to my truck and get whatever the other thing is. Let's see. What's up, Steve's Wood Shop and Tool Reviews? Mac, make sure Jersey Discount's a verified Veto seller. Make sure it's covered by warranty. What's up, NFC? Jersey Discount says they can't list the Veto bags on their website due to their pricing, but you can call and they will ship them. Well, that's weird. There goes Steve. The reason I have another app and spend a ridiculous amount of time on the old Woot app. Yeah, it's become one of my daily checkers as well. I haven't seen a lot of good stuff on there lately. Emergency calls, leaking water, big money. I'll probably miss the guest of trades, Matt said. Knee Pro. Can you put the 1/2-inch high torque impact into the drill holster? White said, yeah. I had a socket on it yesterday or Thursday or whatever, but even with it, I've got a deep socket on there right now. And it will still go. But if you don't have a socket on it, yeah, it fits in there like it's meant to be in there. I did on those was just I drilled through the I don't have one to take off to show you, but basically I found spots inside of those. What do I do with that pack out? I just found spots inside of like the drill holster or that, and just drilled through somewhere where it went through the center of one of these on those, and then I just ran screws, cabinet head screws, just screwed them to my wall instead of having the wall plate back there, because I'm not going to move them around. It'd be different. Like if I had a whole wall of stuff like that and I wanted to maybe move something around here or there where it was something that changed out all the time, it'd make sense to have the wall plate. But let's see. Plumbing said yes, without a socket fits perfect. I moved to the 2-wheel cart from the rolling box. It's been a game changer for me. Matt S said. Wyatt the pilot said thanks. Also, another option is like the 2-way cart made me think of this. And Brian Hall's the one that emailed me, but maybe you guys watch, what's his name? I know it's Spencer Lewis, but is it Insider Carpentry or something like that? If you guys watch his, he basically took the dolly setup like this. He makes himself a dolly, like this, but he sandwiches some sheets of plywood together to where he's got a specific Milwaukee dolly that he uses. And then he just takes his dolly, puts it in there, and then he's got big stacks of just drawers. That's all he's pretty much got. And it makes it to where he can get his in and out of his van or take them. And then that way, whenever he actually gets into work somewhere, he's got those 4 casters to where once he's inside, he can move his boxes around really nice. It's a pretty good setup. If you haven't watched that video, you might want to go check that out. Because, I mean, he's a carpenter, does trim carpentry and all that kind of stuff, but it would work for, no matter what trade you're in. If you move your boxes from outside to inside and do inside work to where you've got a floor that those casters would roll on real well, that'd be pretty useful for a lot of people. I'm in the pack out line of bags, just passing along the info, Max said. Will the 1-inch long anvil? I don't think so. Abraham, let's see, it's Woot. Yeah, Killtronic said, what's this app you keep talking about? It's Woot, W-O-O-T, with the exclamation mark. It's part of Amazon, but it's still, well, I mean, sometimes it's reconditioned stuff, but if it is reconditioned, it'll just say it on there, but it's still new stuff. They just basically put some wholesale pricing stuff on it every now and then. The only downside to that app to me is you can't search. Like, I can't go in there and just search Knipex and see what all they got. I can't search Milwaukee. You just have to go to like tools and start scrolling, and they change. There's new deals every day, and they don't sell just everything on there. It's just certain stuff, and it only lasts till it's sold out. So pretty neat place though. Pretty neat website. Amazon's little thief brother is what Woot is, Rob said. Bought the Klein nut drivers from your latest video. The metric pass-through nut driver. I've got it in here in case y'all asked anything about it. Yeah, I don't know what they did with the coloring on the metric. Like I can take my fingernail and just scratch every bit of that color off. It comes off super easy on the metric. The SAE is not that way. I still don't like this. This is really weird. I don't like that at all. Like, to get to that 5 millimeters dumb. And I don't think that's kind of the way the picture on the package. I kept wondering, am I doing something that's like I'm supposed to put that somewhere else or whatever, but it didn't matter. And the way the package kind of shows it, it's got it kind of broke down like this. So I'm assuming that's how it goes. It's really the only way it can go, because the next bigger size up is a magnet, so you can't even stick anything in there. The 11 or whatever it is. So yeah, it's got to go. That's why they made the 10 be that little ball bearing. But yeah, that's just a little bit too wonky in my opinion. I'd rather they just did it the same way they did the metric or the SAE, and not have that whole hex key. But I do still, these are still very good, even just for an all-in-one nut driver. This is the smallest. Like the other one that Klein had was huge. These handles are not very much bigger than like your 20-in-1 that holds the bits and stuff like that. I mean, it's not that big of a handle. It's not crazy big. So a lot smaller package to fit in your tool bag if that's something you want to carry. I very rarely need metric like that, but I just went ahead and got it because I do use that SAE one, and later on, if I wanted a metric, I know I'd want it to match. So I implemented that dolly system that Insider Carpentry uses, and it works well. I also mounted 2 floor plates in my van to hold the stack. He said, well, practical. Oh, he said, you can tell who doesn't watch my channel, whoever asked that question. Just thought to all of us chatters, when we watch the guests of trade, if they have a channel, we should subscribe and like to help build their sites and our Joey community. Yeah, several of them have had a channel, like they're starting out or whatever. Some of them have told me that, and then, they tell me that whenever they send them to me, and then some of them don't, but then I find out that they've got one. But yeah. Wyatt the pilot's got to head out. Yeah, I'm going to have to here in a minute too. I got to get inside to get to my computer for the guest of trade chat. Like I said, I just had a little bit of time before the guest of trade. I just got finished up doing something, and I thought, well, I'll get on here because I haven't seen my buddy Rob Holland in a while, and he's probably normally in bed during my normal stuff if I do it during the weeknights. Hey, Morgan, next time. This next just came out. Haven't seen it anywhere. 65242 in a minute. 65242 K-Nect. Let me look it up real fast. 65242. Remember that. 65242. 65242. Klein Connect. So it's a ratcheting impact flip socket set. Okay, so basically they're giving you, let me get my ratcheting screwdriver, and then also some of the flip sockets. Let's see, looks like they're a mix of metric and SAE. So you got 15, 17, 13, 14, 10, and 12, 7, and probably 8. I can't see the other side. That's probably quarter, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, half inch, 9/16, 5/8, and 3/4. And they're also giving you a ratchet as well. So basically, not a bad set. It probably won't be very expensive either. It's probably going to be more than the price line of like that starter kit set. So that's the Connect 65242. Did you see it on a website? Because I just searched it and the Klein came up, so that's the first one I clicked on. Did you see it like on Lowe's or anywhere? What's up, Omar the Crowbar? 9 minutes. Plumbing said thanks for that, because I'll forget and then I'll just keep chatting. Was very proud to see Joey on the tool show. Yeah, I think Woodchuck's a big influence on the tool show people. I think he's the big help with that, so I appreciate that. I think Matt decided his transit van was stuck in traffic. Mike said, how much snow did everyone get? I think they said 4 or so, but I don't think I got that much. I'd say maybe 2 or something like that. That's what we got. I like they're coming out with more and more on the Klein site. Didn't check anywhere else yet. Yeah, so I only got 6 minutes. Again, just thought I'd come out here and see what was up with everybody and give some time over for the overseas folks who are on that drastically different time zone. And then it's too early probably for some of the other people on the other side of me going the opposite direction. So sometimes it's here in Oregon, no snow. We're good though. Well stocked and warm, TPG said. I didn't see how much he said. Let's see how much TPG. I'm curious at 3 to 4. So yeah, I ended up, there was a car right past my house on my road. There's a huge hill, and there was a car that went off last night. They finally got it out this morning. They were okay and everything, but they had to get the car out, had a tow truck and all that stuff here this morning. So a lot of slippery roads, but I live back in the rural area, country roads and stuff like that. They don't do a whole lot to, so it can get a little slippery if you don't have 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or don't know how to drive. One of those three. Southwest Virginia, about the same as Joey. Good enough to cover the grass just south of Fort Worth, Texas. Miami's nice and sunny, Marie said. Killtronics had 8 inches in the last 6 days. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here so I can get in there. I'll end up being late. So, appreciate y'all being on here. Again, I just thought I'd get on here and see what was going on. But we'll see y'all on the next one.